There we go. Yeah. So when it comes to support and actually managing support as a one-man band, you're typically, so what you're doing at the minute, so option A and option B, okay?
Yeah,
What you're doing at the minute is you probably, so message comes in,
yeah.
okay? And then you're very much immediate.
I'm really immediate.
Yeah, immediate, which you might think is fantastic. And yes, it is very, very good service. It's top service, but how sustainable is that and how scalable actually is that?
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
you're probably doing that for from the moment you like wake up to the moment you go to bed.
no, I really am. Yeah.
Okay, so it is non-stop and it's just a constant distraction. So I use the analogy of like wearing a hat. Okay, I probably mentioned this analogy to you previously, but every single job role that you actually have is like wearing a hat. Okay, so your support is like wearing a hat, and then as soon as you finish clearing down all of your support messages, you take it off, and then you put another hat on, take that off, and then you're going back to your support hat, take that off, onto another hat, take that off, on, off, on, off, on, off, and you're doing that all day and
Yeah.
it becomes very, very difficult for you to actually focus and not necessarily get back to everybody in the way that you actually want to, but in regards to the quality of your work as well will be massively, massively detrimented because you're constantly on and off, on and off, on and off, like
I
all.
agree. I
Okay.
agree.
So what I recommend you do and what I personally do, so on this side of the fence, so I have AM block. Okay.
Yeah.
I have an afternoon, so like a midday block,
Yeah.
and then PM block. Okay. Now, you'll know this from messaging me anyway. So one, two, three. Now, would you say that my responses are slow?
No, I'll be honest. Like from your responses, you'd never tell. So no, you're always on the ball and you're like pretty quick.
Exactly.
So it's like I feel yeah, I totally agree. I do think yeah, my clients are just petty because they're like I don't want to sound because like you work with the exact same people,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
overweight, but no, I totally agree. This is what
Yeah.
I need to do, and if I just set the standard, like yeah, it's how it is, and I think
Mhm.
I'm just too much like oh fuck, I need to answer, and then I go on WhatsApp, and then I've got like
Yeah.
5 people to answer, and then I'm answering them all, but they're messaging back. Sooner or later, it's been an hour and I've done fucking nothing.
Back and
Yeah,
forth, back and forth,
yeah,
back and forth, back and forth. Yeah,
yeah.
very,
And
very
it's
common, okay?
basically, and 90% of the time it's them whinging, let's be honest.
Well, you need to be there to support your clients.
No, yeah, 100%.
It's normal, but what I do, so my phone's on do not disturb all day. Okay, so I open it up in my AM block. I open it up in the midday, and then I open it up in the PM block as well.
Yeah,
So I try and keep each of these so 4 hours in between. Okay,
yeah,
around that 4 hour block. And then I open that up for half an hour. And the great thing about that is because when people are messaging you, just let them get all of their messages and all of their questions out. And then what I actually find is my response is way better because I can let them get everything off their chest. And
yeah,
then I can hit them with a voice note in the most in-depth, detailed answer that I can, and the best support that I can actually give them. And then I clear down all of my messages and then bang, like my phone's back on do not disturb.
yeah,
And then if they do respond, I'm picking it up on the midday block, respond again. And then I'm picking it up on the PM block,
yeah.
respond again. Okay. And then naturally you're still getting back to every single person that you actually like want to in the same way, delivering actually a better service in some cases. You're still there. Your clients never feel like you're not there for them, but you're condensing your time. You're only putting that hat on 3 times a day.
No,
Okay.
I agree 100%. It'll just work a lot better for me.
Yeah.
I do 100% agree.
Yeah, yeah. And then everything in between right here is where you can focus. Okay. So this is where I recommend you put one hat on during this block just here. You put your second hat on just here, and you can put your third hat on just here.
Yeah,
Okay. So you've been super, super condensed with your time. So for example, with yourself, so block number one here, so wake up, clear down your messages. Block number one could be your check-in responses as a fitness coach, okay?
Yeah.
Your second block could then be plan amendments. Okay, so I'm going to amend any plans that I actually need to, or set up any starters, any new plans that I'm just plan developing during this block just here. Okay, and then plan number three could be content creation for that one day.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, you're going to get to the end of the day, and you're going to be like, "Oh my God, I've got so much done today. I've done
No,
all of my check-ins, all of my plans. I've done all of my content, and it's only Monday."
mhm.
Hell yes. Like, and then you wake up the next day, it's like, oh, wow, like look at all this time that I've actually created for myself because I've not been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth,
Like
like all
literally.
day, every day. So yeah, 100% recommend that you actually do this. Okay.
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it a go. Well, no, I know it's gonna work. So
It works, trust me, trust me.
yeah,
But
no,
it's like even some days, mate. So I'll wake up like this morning, for example, I had 127 WhatsApp messages this morning. Okay.
yeah,
So, but what you find is most people are like, well, oh, that's really overwhelming. How do you do that in one block? Whereas in actual fact, when you're fully focused and you're not doing anything else,
yeah,
I'll grab a coffee, okay? I'll put some like background music on and I'll just go through them one by one by one by one by one. It'll only take me an hour and then my phone goes back on do not disturb.
yeah. I
So,
totally agree. No, and that it's gonna work so much better. It's my part. I'm just like I've got like ADHD, so I'm always like thinking, oh, I need to settle down. And it was like one day, the end of last week. I think it was Wednesday last week. When she was here, I literally smashed my check-ins, did my content, and I
mhm,
was like had my phone on the side in like an hour and a half, then messaged everyone back. And like I was getting on so much quicker. And
yes.
like yeah, you just feel so much better as well. Everything's yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You get way much more done, and
Right.
especially for yourself, if you had just one big day like this, or even 2 days out of the entire week, you've pretty much freed up 5 6 days every single week, where
Exactly.
like the week's actually quite relaxed, and you know that you've done absolutely everything, and you can go throughout from Tuesday, Wednesday onwards throughout the rest of the week to Sunday.
Yeah.
You can actually be like very relaxed about things, and then you can just focus on the things that moves the needle forward, which in your particular case at the moment is your traffic, okay, which is the marketing side of the business. But and you know that all of your clients are fulfilled, they're happy, services at an all-time high.
Yeah.
You've ticked off everything without the back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth.
Exactly.
So yeah, definitely follow that. And then in regards to